It's Saturday, June 12th, 2021. I want to start this evening's video out by sharing a comment with all of you that I received earlier today. And when I read this, I said to myself, wow, people are going to be in really, really big trouble. I just cannot believe that people cannot see what is going on. People are either in severe denial or just delusionary. But when I read comments like this, I do believe that there are people out there that do believe in Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy, and the Easter Bunny. How anybody cannot see what is going on at this point, I don't get it. I really don't. It is so obvious. We are at a time now in our history, in our lifetimes, that there was so much uncertainty and so many things off balance and just so much disruption out there, politically, socially, financially, and spiritually, everything out of whack. And all this is going to come to a head, ladies and gentlemen, and yet people don't see it. And I know there are people out there that just don't want to see it. It scares them. But let me share this comment with you. Please feel free to comment down below. Love to know what you're thinking today. JB, you have been saying crash is coming way before crisis. Can't you just admit now you were wrong? ? No crash is coming. Things are getting way better, period. Even though this is entertaining, some people who watch this actually believe you because they are low educated. Now, reading this individual doesn't seem to be the most educated, the way he wrote this and using low educated. Anyways, to this individual, things are getting way better. Please feel free to tell me where they're getting better. I see debt in excess of $28 trillion. I see 25% unemployment in America. I see $166 trillion of liabilities here in America, Medicare, Medicaid, $166 trillion of debt with unfunded liabilities like Medicare and Medicaid. We have a pension crisis going on. Fed balance sheet now surpassing $8 trillion. We're printing money hand over fist. We have people that won't even go to work now because they'd rather sit home and get a check from the government. We have never seen deficits like the ones we're seeing now. The dollar today is buying less than it's ever bought before. Wages are paying less today than they did back in the 1970s. Yet this individual thinks things are getting way better. Why? Because the Fed is printing money to keep all this going along, to keep all this propped up, to keep the patient alive. Give me a break. How in the world can anybody think that things are getting way better right now? People can't even afford to buy a house because they're competing against pensions and massive investment companies to purchase a house. The middle class being absolutely obliterated. Yet people think things are getting way better. Have you looked at the homeless epidemic? Have you watched some of my past videos to see the homeless crisis? Have you seen the 7-mile food lines because of the food shortage here in America? Millions of people seeing a food shortage here. Millions of people falling deeper and deeper into debt. Yet people believe everything is okay because the stock market's up or maybe their crypto's up. So things are getting better. This country, ladies and gentlemen, is in very, very big trouble. I wanted to share that comment with you. Please comment down below. Are things getting better where you live? Are things getting better in your state? Maybe you live in Florida and things are doing good there. Maybe you're in a good state. But please comment down below. Share with us how things are looking in your town, your state, your city. But I think a majority of this country is in very, very big trouble because this country is running massive deficits. It's racking up massive debt. We're printing money hand over fist. And another problem we're going to have is this eviction crisis of 12 million renters, which is about 44 to 48 million people who are on the cusp of being evicted. But these are good times. Things are getting way better. We have 3 million homeowners who haven't made a mortgage payment in a year, and we have 12 million people over $6,000 behind on rent. Wow. Again, this person must believe in Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy, and the Easter Bunny, because or they live on Mars. And I'm not trying to make fun of this person. I understand there are people out there that, may not be as swift as you and I, may not be able, to count to 10. I don't know how anybody can look out the window and say things are getting better. How many thousands upon thousands of retailers and restaurants are permanently shuttered? And they're talking about another 30% not making it through this summer, but things are getting better. Anyways, let's continue. I read an article today on the hedge. This is wealth redistribution. BlackRock and other institutional investors buying entire neighborhoods at huge premiums. I'm going to kind of paraphrase through this. As the real estate market continues to break records, a cabal of institutional investors has been tossing gasoline on the fire, buying properties hand over fist. As the institutional investors buy it all up, the middle American renter watches their dream of home ownership fade at the hands of pension funds, foreign pension funds also, ladies and gentlemen, and other financial behemoths. Get this. You want to know why the housing market's on fire? You want to know why there's no houses to buy, or there's a limited inventory? It's financial, or it's institutional money flooding into the housing market, competing against the average American, competing against the first-time home buyer. This shouldn't even be allowed. This shouldn't even be legal. 200 companies and investment firms are in the house hunt. JP Morgan Asset Management, BlackRock, Fundrise, Roofstack, all buying homes and arranging management teams to rent these homes out. Think about that. You're competing. If you're a first-time buyer, you're competing against 200 institutions now for a house. Think about that, with extremely deep pockets. You had to connect the dots and put two and two together. Who's buying these $200,000 homes and offering $400,000 as is, 10-day close, all cash? Who's doing this, right? It's not the average American, because the average American doesn't even have $400 saved up. Institutional money is buying homes by the entire block. They're buying entire subdivisions. Conroe, Texas, D.R. Horton sold an entire complex. They said they made twice as much money than if they would have sold it to the middle-class home buyer. BlackRock is buying every single family house they can afford, paying 20 to 50% above the listing price. They're outbidding the average American. They're outbidding the middle class, the lower middle class, the first-time home buyer. They're just absolutely destroying the housing market now. And this is a wealth transfer, ladies and gentlemen. The buyer of your home, if you're selling a home right now, could be a pension fund. It could be an investment company. Homes are selling within hours. In some cases, BlackRock, among others, are buying thousands of new homes and entire neighborhoods. This is what you're competing against. Oh, no, the economy's on fire. The economy's coming back. That's why these homes are all being sold, JB, because the economy's doing so well. No, the average American is priced out. The average American now is broke. The average American is working in the service sector for $12 an hour. Now it's the BlackRocks, it's the pension funds, it's the institutional money who is going to buy all this up. And you're going to be lucky if you can even rent a house. Wealth transfer, ladies and gentlemen, that's what it is. The middle class is being positioned right now to be a permanent renter. They're going to price all this out, and we're going to be the little peasants and serfs. And if we're lucky, we can rent a house from the almighty pension funds and institutional investors. This is wealth redistribution, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't rich people's wealth being redistributed. It's the middle class wealth heading into the hands of the world's most powerful entities and individuals. They're using your tax dollars to F over the lower and middle class, breaking the back of America. Think about it. Think about what is going on. But no. things are getting way better, right? Every major institute is doing this now, yet people continue to put their money in the system. They're investing in the system. They're parking their money in these institutions that pay them literally nothing. You put your money in a savings account, you literally get nothing. You're literally paying them now. You're getting no interest back. Yet, these are the same institutions and banks that are going and who are right now stealing your futures. This article I came across a couple days ago. A friend of mine messaged me in Puerto Rico and said, JB, you got to check this out. And sure enough, confirmed 400,000 people without power to Puerto Rico after fire and cyber attack. This occurred on Thursday. And at one point, 700,000 people in Puerto Rico were without power. They blame it on a substation fire. And they said a cyber attack limited customers to contact Loom, which is the power company down there. So here we go again, more cyber attacks. And this is another reason why I don't hold a whole lot of money in the bank. This is why I've become my own central bank. And again, we're so upset that all of this is happening, yet people continue to buy into the system. People invest in the system. They put their money in the system. You know, if you really want to get out of the system, buy gold, buy silver, and keep the minimal amount in your bank. The more money you put in there, the more power you give them. The more you use these institutions, the more reliant you are on these institutions, the more powerful they are. Myself, I've detached as much as I can. I'm gold, I'm silver. I hold my own cash in separate locations, not in one bank. And yet people continue to buy into the system, use the system. We've got to do everything in our power now to break away from the system. Don't keep all your money in the bank. Don't do that. Auto insurance rates rise, but insurers could still get squeezed by higher cost ahead. This is on CNBC. The latest CPI showed auto insurance price is up 16.9% in May, following a 6.4% increase in April. More inflation coming to America, but everything's getting better. As that gentleman implied with the comment, things are getting way better. There's no crash. Look, put down the comic books, put down the video games for a second, and just use some common sense here. Look at the CPI number. Shadow Stats, John Williams, said the real inflation number is 8%. I think that's conservative. I thought it'd be closer to 10. But, you know, let's just say 8%. The government's saying it's 5%. It's going to continue to climb. It's not transitory. This is going to get worse. Yet people believe things are getting way better as they're getting way worse. Rates of anxiety and depression among college students continue to soar. Researchers say, this is in the Washington Post. It's going to get a lot worse. People are going to get much more depressed. Anxiety is going to go through the ceiling when these people have to start paying their bills again, when the bills come due, the college tuition comes due. People are on the edge right now. I don't know about you, but we've talked about this in the past. People honking the horns, people with no courtesy opening a door for you, people, running stop signs, people giving you the finger. People are just so angry, and little things are just setting people off right now. They're under stress. The real average American who understands what's going on because they see their paycheck shrinking, or they can't replace that well-paying job that they had, or the company they work for is gone, or the only option they have is a $10 or $12 an hour job, working at a burger joint or a coffee joint, or being a waiter or a bartender, or, working at a hotel. They realize now what is going on. And as we see gas prices climbing, the cost of living climbing, car insurance climbing, healthcare climbing, cost of education climbing, the cost going to Walmart going up, the cost for a loaf of bread, a pork chop, a piece of fish, a piece of meat. I cannot believe how expensive things are going up. If you think people are on the edge right now, what is this going to look like a few months from now? What's it going to look like when people get evicted? What's it going to look like when people got to start paying the college tuition? What's it going to look like when these people's cars start getting repoed? When there's no more benefits, when there's no more unemployment, and there's no more options, and the party's over? What's it all going to look like? If you think people are hostile right now, if you think tempers are flaring up right now, you ain't seen nothing yet. People are going to flip. And you look at the amount of people on psychotropics, people on pharmaceuticals, the dependency that we have in this country, the drug use, the alcoholism. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to really escalate. I'm sorry to say. It gives me no satisfaction to report this news to all of you. Like I said, I'd have a lot more fun having a car channel, going to Cars and Coffee and having a good time. But I live in the real world, and I feel I have a fiduciary duty to this country and to all of you to be honest and report what I see going on. Look, this is my opinion. Of course, these are all articles that I read to you. This is all news, all brand new news. But I feel I have a duty to all of you to report it to you and give you my opinion. And please comment down below. Your opinion means so much. And your comments and your opinions and your ideas have woken up so many people. It's invaluable. How many people you've woken up by commenting down below? I mean, so many of you have given me such great ideas and opened up my mind. Friends of mine who read those comments, family members read those comments, and it really opens up their minds and makes them think. And I want to thank all of you for commenting down below, because I make the videos, I have a camera and a microphone, and I'll make a 15-20 minute video. But you have no idea how many people are reading those comments and write to me about all of you leaving those comments and how it opened up their eyes and how it changed their life and how their life is different now. It's put them in a place now where they're not a debt slave, where they've paid off their debt, they've quit the drugs, they've prepared spiritually, financially, physically for what's coming, and literally save their lives. That's not because of me. That's because of you guys. I couldn't do this without all of you. So remember that. And I want to thank all of you for that, because again, this has opened up my eyes, and it's opened up the eyes of thousands of other people. So please continue the comments. The knowledge is just incredible. But look, I'm going to wrap it up right here today on this beautiful Saturday. Continue to prepare. We are in a real mess here, and I can't even imagine what this is going to look like by fall. The bills are coming due, ladies and gentlemen. The bills are coming due. We're losing opportunity. The average American is losing wealth. The standard of living is changing. The wealth transfer is not going to benefit the majority of Americans. It's going to benefit the very people at the very top. But if you're awake and you're aware and you're tactical with this, you're going to do very, very well. God bless all of you. Thanks for watching. Share this video. Talk to you soon.